Salina. It's a bad baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and prove. Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows. It's all good, we can do whatever we want to do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You're gonna be my number one lover. Spending the night making love to each other, with the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Hey, y'all. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Emmanuel. Hey, Shay. What's good? What's up, Just Saying? Good to see you guys up in the morning. Why did I wait to go so late? Well, I just got off not too long ago from my part-time job and just kind of calling it a night. But I might. Hey, Coco. What's up, Coco? I might be doing a part 2 of this after I get out of work tomorrow, God willing. And I'm gonna just talk a little bit about the things that I see on social media and how fake people can be. And it's no future in front. I'm gonna just be honest with you. A lot of the times, and I have been there where you put on a good front in front of people because I was always taught never let them see you sweat. Now I made some bad mistakes, and sometimes I've allowed my emotions to take control and get the better of me. And I reacted on certain things when I shouldn't, or I got a little too emotional about something and I addressed something instead of just kind of, just kind of sitting back and observing before I spoke on something. But a lot of the times people come on social media and they put a big front on as if they got it all together, or they have the perfect relationship. And for those people that put their relationships out there, it's kind of, hey, Smitty, it's kind of dangerous sometimes to do that. But, people do it anyway for various reasons. But a lot of times you see some of these TikTok relationships, you see some of these people that be on Instagram showing how much they're in love. Hey, CX. And, some of it may be true. But my thing is, it's been more relationships that have been on social media that have been in some type of controversy. Somebody has murdered one, murdered the other, or it was like a murder suicide thing. And it's a lot of that going on. And I'm like, what's going on? Why is all these people that are putting their relationships on social media as if their relationship is really good? And then you find out that it's not like that at all. Behind the scenes. And I go back to the couple in Atlanta. I talked about this a couple of times, how those two couples, the couple from Atlanta, they were actually entrepreneurs. The young lady was a hairstylist, and I think he sold for Primerica Insurance, and they had a blended family. They came together and they had a blended family, and then I think they had kids together. So I think they had maybe 7 or 8 kids all together. But anyway, they moved from I think St. Louis, I believe. Now, don't quote me on that, to Atlanta, Georgia. Just to kind of start out, because Atlanta is like the Black Mecca now. It's a lot of entrepreneurs that go to Atlanta to do business and make, pretty big. So they went up there to Atlanta. She went up there to open her salon. He was selling Primerica, and I think he was a preacher too. And so found out they was having a whole bunch of situations in their relationship, a whole lot of problems. And she goes on social media like the week before the tragedy happens, and she's telling the people on her Facebook Live to pray for her because she's going through a hard time, and she's trying to stay encouraged, but she's really having a hard time. So I think at that time they were kind of going through a divorce, and as they were going through a divorce, she ended up unaliving him and unaliving herself. And this is not just the only story that I've heard. And just in the past 2 years, it's been story after story after story. And I love watching true crime, shows, because it really just goes to show you some people are really hiding behind a facade. Some people are never what they really seem to be. You have some people that will seem like they're just the coolest, nicest person that you'll ever meet. And you find out behind closed doors, they're like the worst person you could ever meet. They're like a monster. And some people are really diabolical with their mask. They put their mask on and they hide behind it, and they feel like nobody's going to see who they really are. But who they really are comes out because what they do, their actions, you'll see what they'll do at the end. You'll be like, oh, that guy seemed like such a nice guy. Oh, that woman seemed like a nice woman. And then you find out they are a whole monster. And that's scary to me, that you can meet people thinking people are cool. You may even spend time. Thank you, Smitty. You may even spend time with them and talk to them, and they seem really cool at first, and then you seem like you're in love, and then you find out, well, this is a total nutcase, right? Thank you, Russell. It's a total nutcase. So you you deal with that, and you see it for what it is. But I'm just gonna show you these two stories if y'all have time. Like I said, I'm not gonna be on here too long, but I just definitely I want to show you that because I thought that was really weird. How these people get in these relationships and they think everything is peaches and cream, and just to find out, no, this is, hey, Space City, how are you? So I want y'all to look at this. You said, Selena, you fine as wine. Thank you. I appreciate it. You said, I know I've been to Rudy's looking for you this whole week. You've been hiding from me, baby mama. I got a new, what is it? You got a new man, but 86 already gave me the number. I'ma call you. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Well, all right. I don't know how to answer that. But I will. Let me just go ahead and play this. Uh, you kind of got me off a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and share this with you guys, and I want y'all to see this for yourself. Now, I believe these people have been married. 20 years. These people have been married 20 years, so they've been together for more than a summer. Summer and a winter. They've been together for a while, and um, from what she's saying, he was the sweetest person. But this person is ended up taking her life, and people are just cannot believe it. I want y'all to see a little bit of this. I'm gonna try not to play all of it because it is a long story. So, and it's 21 minutes. I ain't gonna be being on here that long.
I don't mean to exclude anybody.
Let me.
I love you all. Thank you to everybody.
This story takes us to Garner, North Carolina. Garner is a beautiful town in Wake County, North Carolina, that is found just south of downtown Raleigh. Recognized as a suburb of Raleigh, many families are moving to Garner for its
Let me
affordability,
go ahead
low
and
cost of living, small town
Hey,
charm,
Betty.
diversity, and prime real estate. The violent crime rate in Garner is 13.1. which is lower than the US average of 22.7.
Oh, wait a minute. It's my birthday, so I
That's
can do multiple
probably
posts today,
that.
right? So let me go back and say this. Um,
Hey, vetted, whoever mods, if you see some idiot that comes through here, and I think this might be Queen Reginald, but I already had blocked and deleted the comment. But make sure you get those type of idiots out, because sometimes I'll see it and sometimes I won't. But I'm sorry that you can't on your channel get cash apps or super chats. So you might need to maybe show your titties some more. You might get some.
I thank God. I know I thank him, but let me properly thank God. Um, Life has been full of challenges. Um, Full of challenges. However,
Hi,
God has
Claire.
been good through it all. He's still good. He's still taking us through. He is still amazing, no matter what. And I've been through a lot. I would tell you, 2020 started my ups and downs. I'm not going to say that, it go further than that. But 2020, I was tested in a way I've never been tested before. Because when you lose a child, it's nothing like it. I'm telling you.
Teresa Adams Pugh was a 54-year-old lady who was originally from
Hey,
Fuquay-Varina,
Hunter. How are
North
you?
Carolina.
Hey y'all, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. We're at Mother's house and the guy's house. Hibachi catered for us today. Let me show y'all. Let me turn the camera around. Isn't that sweet?
She studied at Wake Technical Community College. She was a lady who tried to inspire ladies in her community.
And so this some lady right here, she was a lady that was actually, yeah, for 54, she looked great. She was actually trying to better her life. She had lost a lot of weight. She was working on herself. And so a lot of the times when you see people that are try to encourage other people or they try to inspire other people, they seem like to me have the most problems because it's like they know that their calling on their life is to help people and to encourage people, and it just seems like to me sometimes those entities try to bring people down, even the people those entities try to use the people that are closest to you. And in this case, it was her husband, but she was a person. She was about inspiring. She wasn't on the internet acting like a fool, acting like an old thought. She was really trying to inspire and to help people. And unfortunately, the people like that seem to attract people and with either I would say some demonic energy. They attract a lot of jealousy and envy, even from people that are far from them and for people that are close up to them. And that's a shame, but that's just the way it is. But you have all these old thoughts and all these some of these old whores on here running amok, not inspiring nobody, just being just a horrible person, and they seem to live forever. And it kind of makes you wonder. It kind sometimes make you question God. Well, why do you allow certain people to get away with things and other people not? You know what I'm saying? So it does cause some questioning, like why does God do that? Why does God allow that? This lady's trying to inspire other people on the internet and let them know why she, even though she going through her problems, that you can look at her and tell she going through something. And anybody that's been married, you guys know marriage is not for kids. Marriage is for grown people. And if you're not you married to another grown person, you're gonna have a even harder time, because marriage is already hard. So if you're gonna be with somebody, you definitely need to be with somebody that is mature or wants to mature, somebody that y'all can kind of go on the same path and be able to work together. But anyway, whatever this lady was going through, it was actually showing, but she still was trying to encourage people. And unfortunately, those are the people that to me always are taken early. And I don't understand that.
Hey y'all, so I just pulled up at the electrolysis. So if you see some hair, your girl about to go take care of it. But I wanted to come on and do a PSA. This is gonna be quick. And this is for 50. I'm gonna say from 50 all the way to 100. Your age does not guarantee you respect, loyalty, all these things. I feel like a lot of times when people get older, you automatically expect to be able to talk trash to people. They don't say nothing back to you. You expect to be able to disrespect.
Oh, she's talking there. We can relate that to some of these people on the internet. They're old enough to be your mama, your auntie, and everybody else. And they think they can be disrespectful and think you can't be disrespectful to them. I can give you the same disrespect. I respect people that respect me. And I respect people that are respectable. And if I don't care how old you are, if you disrespect me, you're going to get it back. And basically, that's what she's saying. Now, even in her message, she's speaking the truth. She's speaking the truth. And these are the type of people that attach themselves with people that are demonic. Her husband was hiding who he was, or either he pretended he was something in public and taught something totally different behind the scenes. See, this is what I'm talking about. Why do good people die so early? This woman was 54 years old. She still had a whole life ahead of her. She had children, she had grandchildren, and they did lose a child. So I don't know if it was a teen, what age the child was, but she's been through a lot, and she's been through a lot in her marriage. She's been through a lot dealing with people, and she's giving her experience. She's showing, she's letting people know and encouraging people. She has a message, and unfortunately, her light was taken out too early. And these are the type of people that leave this world so soon. And it seemed like, well, God, they have so much more work to do. Why, at the prime of their life, you allow this to happen? But this is life sometimes. Life is sometimes bad to good people, or people that want to do better, people that want to do good. And that's unfortunate.
People, they don't say anything back to you.
Hey,
Let me
Orlando.
tell you. Let me tell you this. I got to go in here right quick, but I just want to say,
Thank you, Betty.
when you get a certain age as the matriarch,
Hey,
or
Billy.
whatever of your family, I'm talking to you men too, not just the women. You cannot stay in a bunch of mess all the time. You cannot disrespect people. You cannot.
She frequently goes online to talk about things that can positively impact those who follow her on social media.
What I see in the Black community is that a lot of times we just get comfortable and just give up and just say forget it. When I go to the gym, there is predominantly Caucasian older people, and I'm talking 70s, 80s with canes, walkers, blah blah blah. I never see Black people like that. So I want to encourage my brothers and sisters, take care of yourself. I don't care. Do what you can. I always say do what you can, because there have been times, throughout my life that depression set in sometimes, and sometimes I couldn't, like do what I wanted to do. I did what I could. Pain set in sometimes, I couldn't do what I wanted to do. That I did what I could.
So she struggled with depression. She struggled with depression. Where does depression come from? Sometimes it is a chemical imbalance in your brain, and sometimes it is due to situations and circumstances that give you a negative outlook on life at a point, and it can cause depression, right? So it could either be chemically imbalanced, or it could be by a situational thing. And I don't know what hers, where her depression came from. But at one point she stopped going to the gym, and now she's starting to get back on track. She goes to the gym, she starts eating right, and she loses 45 pounds. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that.
You will see where you would just, it kind of has.
So this is her showing her body.
Somewhere along the line, Teresa met this 53-year-old man by the name of Christopher Pugh.
July 29th, we're going to be at the Women's Empowerment at the RBC Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's the first time we've had it in maybe 2 years because of COVID, so they're expecting a great turnout. Come out, and we'll have a booth out there.
Christopher was the CEO at Pugh Builders GC Academy.
This is Chris Pugh, founder of the Pugh Builders GC Academy. And we're inviting you out to our September 23rd General Contractor Seminar.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chris Pugh coming to you this afternoon. I'm the founder of Lost Souls, which is a initiative to reach out to the 23 million individuals who have, made mistakes in their life, collected felonies in America, and have seemed to be lost out, can't find our footing,
So he seems to be a man that maybe have had a past, maybe he's had felonies, or he was in prison at one time. I don't know. It didn't go too far into that, but he had some type of background where they were trying to have a foundation to help people that have had those type of issues, and and criminal issues, and they had other projects that they worked together. So they seemed like a relationship where they were successful, they were living in purpose, they wasn't just walking around here aimlessly. They were actually doing something for their community, people around them, even people they knew. And so they were doing the work, as people would say. They're out actually being proactive in their community, and they seem like a happy-go-lucky couple. This is the couple that you would see holding hands and hugging in public and kissing and all of that. This is the couples that you see, and just to find out that it's not exactly what it seems to be. And this is the scary part about it. It's like, who do you know is real anymore? So many people seem like they, they real. You feel good about it. And then when you get to know the person behind the scenes or behind all of that, you're like, damn, I wish I never met this person. Right? So we have to, you can be as careful as you want to be, but you still sometimes slip up and can be fooled by folks, because people can put on such a good persona. They can put on such a good mask that you have no idea what you are dealing with. That's why I don't take people for face value anymore. I did at one point, but I stopped doing that maybe about a year ago, because it was just too many incidents where I was thinking people were cool, or they had a certain standard about themselves, or they that hey, I don't think they would do this because they didn't do that, or they don't seem this way. But sometimes people are just not what they seem to be, and you got to check and see, are you what you seem to be? You know what I'm saying? So I do a lot of self-reflection as well as, looking outward, because a lot of the times what you are, you attract. So you have to be cautious about that too. But I don't take people for face value. I think that, when I meet some people, of course, I think they're cool, but you really don't know people at the end of the day. And even like with them, they've been together for 20 years. And apparently she didn't know him that well, especially somebody that she'd been with for 20 years that would take her life. But, hey, it's wild out here. Y'all be careful. And that's why I'm just like, I be real careful. And some people think I'm a little too cautious, but I'd rather be cautious than dead. I'm just saying.
Hello, good morning.
Most of the time.
Hey, Big Red, what's good?
Whatever. No. I got so I be
Right.
on time. Like, what the what? What is he doing? I know one thing, honeys. And woo woo woo.
Hey, Vaughn.
Yeah. Hot pants for a hot woman. Okay, I like that.
You expect anything different?
Not really. They got a food drive going on. This is the fish. You have the fish, mac and cheese, and the coleslaw. So, he is struggling so hard with this jackfruit. What, honey?
They loved each other so much that people around them were envious of them. They were known for posting about couple life, business life, and many more things regarding to their life.
Well, today we took a trip, walking, walk
What
the
did you do
strip.
today first?
Oh, did I do? Oh, today I started with our GC class. We had class Saturday. Today.
I'm gonna tell you, I do appreciate my husband. My husband is the sweetest guy in the world. He really is. He
Of success.
See, this is the kind of stuff that you be like, oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I wish and then when you find out, you look in the newspaper or you look online, you look on YouTube, you look on Instagram or Facebook, you find out that this wasn't no fairy tale. So why was I envious or jealous of something that wasn't even real? And really it is very sad because people are losing their lives, and I'm seeing not just blacks, it's whites, it's Hispanics, it's all types of couples. It's a lot of domestic violence going on, and men and women, because it's some crazy women out there that will unalive a man in a minute, so we can't forget that. But I just been seeing so much of this stuff, like the young man with the black guy that was dating a Caucasian lady. I think it was a month ago. They got into an argument. She said, "Oh, at what 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whenever they got home, she's cleaning a gun after they came from the club." They got into an argument. She probably saw him maybe looking or flirting with a girl. She felt away, and they got into an argument. She got her gun, acting like, I don't know if she purposely really wanted to do that, but she unalived him. And it's all types of crazy stuff going on. And there are good relationships, but when I see good relationships, I think they're a little bit more private to me. I always tell you about the relationships, the longevity of relationships that I have in my family. And most of these people are very private. They hold their relationship very dear to them. So they may take pictures, but they're not gonna put a lot out there on the internet. Not gonna put a lot out there on Facebook or anything like that, Instagram, because they just don't like all of that. And when I see people flaunting and trying to let people know they got a man, they so happy, sometimes that is either they're trying to get validation, or they are trying to make people think there something is great when it's not, because they really know that their relationship is not that great, but they want you to believe that it is, like it's heaven. So I'm just like, man, just be real. You know what I'm saying? But I just see a lot of good relationships out there, a little bit more private. That's how I would be. I don't want everybody the beef. I don't want everybody in my business. You might see us take pictures. If I was to deal with someone in social media, I would do very brief, like, hey, how y'all doing? And keep it moving. But I would not be out there as, oh, I'm in love, I'm in a relationship with this guy. It's none of your business. And really, to be honest with you, a lot of times when you have people monitoring your relationships on social media, a lot of times you don't know what type of people are doing They could be putting spells on you. They could be trying to do anything, you know. And I don't mean to get spooky with you, but you definitely have to watch what you put out on the internet because people want to look inside your life because they're already miserable. They are hateful, they're revengeful, they're envious and jealous. And they will just, when you put your stuff out on the internet, they just want to look inside of your life and what you have going on. And so that they can just watch it and stir up chaos, you know. They could be pretending to be some woman that and act like your man is cheating on you with, and that man ain't even cheating on you, but you have this woman watching your relationships and just she'll stir up some stuff trying to get in his DMs, and people are evil. So you definitely have to be careful about putting your private life public. And so for me, because I hold my private life very carefully, you know, unless it's something, you know, I'm doing for fun, I'm not gonna put that out on the internet. You ain't gonna know jack about what I got going on unless it's something that I feel like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's something, it's fun, you know, like bowling or going roller skating, things like that. You know, that's fun. Or you know, talking to and maybe interviewing people face to face, that's different. But putting your privacy, what you're going through, who you're dealing with, who you're sleeping with, who you're in love with, that is nobody's business. I'm sorry. And now when you are comfortable enough to share that in public and tell people, hey, I'm with this person, I'm engaged, or I'm with someone, and you guys want to do that, that's another thing. But to just be flaunting it and trying to and have the camera everywhere you go. So every time we turn, we walk down the street, we gotta kiss each other, and we got it on Instagram. That is so weird and it's so fake. But that's just me. That's just how I think. Because when I see people do that, I'm like, y'all doing the most. I have had, you know, some women, like they'll say, for instance, if I'm walking, this has happened to me a few times. I'm walking, they'll be with their man, they'll hold their man really tight on their arm, and then they'll start kissing him or they'll start hugging him. And I'm like, bitch, I don't want your man. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but that's just how some women and some even men do it too. So um that's just what people do. And that's why I say a lot of the times people just really be doing the most because they enjoy the attention. And forgive me for saying that, but they enjoy the attention. They are very territorial and they have to let people know. um I'm sorry, Coco, you know, I try to catch myself, and a lot of times I do, but that's my initial thought when I see stuff like that. Cause I'm like, every woman is not trying to get your man. And I'm one of those ones that if I know somebody married or I know somebody in a relationship, I'm not going to fool with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I respect people's relationship, because guess what? At the end of the day, I would want somebody to respect mine. So, but you know, of course they don't know that, but because the people are so insecure, that's why they run to the internet. That's why they run to Facebook and Instagram to show and tell everybody that they're in love and nobody can get this man or woman, and she's all mine, he's all mine. And then 6 months later, they in the news. Okay. So, yeah, I just don't buy all this. You know, some people are lovey-dovey. I understand that. That's some people are affectionate, but some people be doing the most. And you know the ones that you be like, really? Is that like what is that about? Like when I was telling you about how yeah, I'm walking, they'll try to kiss their man or they'll try to um hold on to him. I'm like, yo, that's just, yeah, you're so insecure. So you'll find out that either that man has cheated on them, or the man has a flirting issue, or the woman is just plainly just insecure, and she probably doesn't have a reason to be insecure because he's with her. But the fact of the matter is, when women and men are so insecure, and men and women both can be very insecure to the point that they become possessive, obsessive, they can almost come to like this situation where they can downright just take your life, because if nobody else can't have you, if I can't have you, nobody else can. That's when people are very insecure, they're obsessive, and they're possessive, and that's just what that is. So that's why you have these situations like this where you feel like, oh, people was, they seem so happy, they seem so like they was the perfect couple. Well, newsflash, there's no perfect couples. If anything, it's people that's struggling to make it together because of the economy, because of they own problems, they own demons they got to deal with. Like I said, in any type of relationship, it is not going to be roses. Actually, it's going to be more thorns at times. But if you're willing and you're sane enough to work things out, then do. But some people you definitely need to walk away from or get a restraining order. And in this case, sometimes restraining orders, that just makes the person just act up even more. So you just have to be careful. These folks are really most of these folks need to be in an insane asylum with a straight jacket. They definitely don't know anything about love. They've never experienced it. They don't know how to give it. All they know how to do is take and conquer. And when they do that, they're going to take your life because they're just such a miserable, insecure person. So let me go ahead and finish this.
March 22nd, during a serious argument between the couple, Teresa feared for her life and called 911, but according to the police department, the caller hung up. But when they called back, Chris picked up the phone and told them they needed nothing. But the dispatcher stated that during the call back they heard a female in the background saying, "Why do you want to kill me? I need help." Johnston County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to the home. The first officer to arrive at the scene stated he heard what appeared to be a gunshot inside the residence. When 911 operators called the home again, Chris answered. He agreed to come outside and speak with law enforcement, but never did so. Multiple attempts were made to re-establish communication with Chris inside the residence without success. The Johnston County Sheriff's Office tactical team and incident negotiators were deployed to the address for a possible hostage situation or barricaded person. Negotiators repeatedly attempted to establish communications with the individual inside the home without success. Officers obtained a search warrant and made entry into the residence. Upon gaining entry, a male and female were found deceased from apparent gunshot wounds. The decedents were identified as 53-year-old Christopher Pugh and 54-year-old Teresa Adams Pugh.
Today, police identified the married couple killed in a murder site in Johnston County. This is Christopher Pugh and Teresa Adams Pugh. They were found dead inside their home Saturday night with 911 calls causing a SWAT response. WRAL's Carly Haynes is live outside of that Garner home after speaking with family and neighbors there. Shocking all around. Very sad story, Carly.
And they still can't wrap their head around it, Dan. They say the woman in this case was a mother, she was a grandmother, and she lost her son in 2020. We asked family members more about this couple's relationship, and they say they saw no red flags. A Johnston County home, known for hosting holidays and get-togethers, sits empty.
Engaging with her family, especially her children and grandchildren, is what I will remember her for the most.
Josette Battle Goings is missing her cousin, Teresa Adams Pugh, found dead with her husband, Chris Pugh, in their home Saturday. A murder-suicide investigation.
No signs, but you never really know from the outside looking in what's going on.
Did you hear what she said? No signs, but you never know outside looking in. We don't know what's going on in people's households. If you can remember what I said at the beginning, she went through a depression. She started gaining weight. She started going to the gym, eating healthier. She started losing weight. She was looking good, feeling good. She started encouraging people online. She really was, I would say, trying to make her life and other people's life better, which most people, no, I'm not going to say that. Some people that come online to spew their rhetoric and then they come on here with their negativity and their bad spirit, and they pollute the YouTube streets and Instagram, wherever they're on. These type of people that like her, they seem to get people that are jealous and envious of them. And unfortunately, the devil will always use, and some people say, I don't believe in the devil, but negative entities, whatever, demonic entities, always use people that are closest to you rather than the people that are far. He know the people that are far, they really can't really get to you, like really get to you like a person that loved you, known you, you've been around for years. That it's always the ones closest to you, always. And we can look at that from the example of Jesus Christ, who was closest to him, that betrayed him for 30 pieces of silver, Judas. It's always those who are closest to you. Just like with this woman, she would never think a man that she's been with for 20 years. And her question was, when the operator heard, the emergency operator heard her, she said, "Why do you want to kill me? Why? What in this situation? What argument that was so bad that he felt like unaliving her was the only way?" And not only did he plan on killing unaliving himself, he killed her. He unalived her, then he unalived himself. It's a murder suicide. This has been the ongoing pattern for, I would say, 2 years, 3 years, or even more than that. It's been so much people unaliving themselves and unaliving their mate. I don't understand it. What is going on? People can't just have arguments and slam the door and go in another room or sleep on the couch. They got to go now and unalive the person and then take their life. Like, what is going on? It didn't used to be like this. So you got people that did not see this coming. He didn't have no red flags. He wasn't going around here beating the hell out of her. He wasn't going around here, from what we know. And then again, she might didn't tell everything. I'm pretty sure that she didn't tell nothing of what she was going through, because, most of the time, which is sometimes a good thing, unless it's somebody that is doing something detrimental to you. And sometimes the subtle things can be detrimental as well. But I would say, when you're going through situations with your mate, whether it's your husband or somebody you're dating, whatever you're going through, it should stay within the two of you, the two individuals. But at the same time, if it's something that's detrimental, or is it something that some behavior that you have been noticing, and it can actually be, that little small thing can turn into something big, you need to tell somebody that you trust, not some cousin that will tell your business, and by the time you go back to the family reunion, everybody in the family know. Not that cousin. Somebody that you can actually trust, maybe a friend that you don't have to worry about telling your business, or I would say being biased, or and then you do have to be careful what you tell people, because most of the time, some people are not going to leave that person. And say, for instance, you tell them the bad things about their mate, they're going to be looking at you funny, looking at your mate funny, or not liking your mate when you do make up. So you have to be very cautious about the things that you say to people. So I would say, if it's something that you feel like it's something that can actually turn into something big, say, for instance, you dating a person, and all of a sudden they start acting like they're trying to hit you. They don't hit you, but they raise their hand, or they use a lot of different type of bad verbiage to kind of, be verbally abusive to you, and or they throw things at you. To you at the time, it may seem little, because he hasn't actually hit me, or she hasn't actually hit me yet, right? But those little things like that can actually be becoming into big things in the future. So those are the things you definitely have to pay attention to. Because I'm telling you, if I ever see a man, and I, with my 5'3" self, If I ever see a man raise his hand acting like he trying to hit me, it's up and stuck. I don't give a okay. Your penis is not made of gold. It look, I don't want nobody's peen that bad that I'm gonna allow a man to not only disrespect me, but to raise his hand at me. And please make sure that you definitely, if you try to do it, you better leave it as fast as possible. Because if I get a hold of my piece, it's on and popping. So I don't want to deal, and I've never attracted men that raise their hand at me, that talk to me crazy, disrespectfully, cussing at me. I don't deal with men like that because I know little things like that can lead to big things. And those type of things in my book will get you unalived on your part, not on mine, because I promise you I'll take you out before me if I can get a chance. But I'm just saying, if there was something that a violent situation that I got into, but I don't get into stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, for people that see, oh, it's not a big thing. He hasn't hit me yet, or she hasn't hit me. It seemed like she was going to, or he was going to. And I'm like, no, you need to pay attention to that. Anybody that verbally abuses you, anybody that physically abuses you, anybody that tries to dog you out publicly in front of your family, your friends, or anybody. Those are the little things, those are the little foxes that messes things up, And so you have to be extremely careful when you see things like that. Do not take that lightly. So whatever this woman been through, we don't know, because she made it very hard for people to kind of understand why this happened, because she didn't say anything what was going on in her household, which is understandable, because like I said, marriage couples, they keep it between the two for the most part. But I know it had to be something that was going on, because how all of a sudden you lovey-dovey one day, and then the next day you turn around, you saying, why do you want to kill me? See, it was so much more that we will never know. It may be somebody that may know something, but for right now, nobody knows why this even happened. They didn't see the signs. And that's what most of these stories, you hear most of these stories, these people, they don't see the signs. They don't see them at all. Hey, Channel Forbes. But yeah, they are weak. When you try to hurt someone that's weaker than you, and I will say this, women need to keep their hands to themselves too. You keep your hands to myself, and I'm gonna keep my hands to myself. You know what I'm saying? So people need to learn that. Keep your hands to yourself. And so I even teach the kids at school, keep your hands to yourself. You don't want nobody hitting you, don't hit them. And that's what I think about relationships. If you feel like you're going to hit me, we don't need to be together, and vice versa. We just need to stay far apart, because this is not going to end up good for either one of us. So I'm going to play this. This was a nice looking young lady and a nice looking man. And you're going to see all the stuff that they was doing, lovey-dovey, and, always in the camera. You don't have to do all of that when you're in a relationship. Okay, you happy, and I understand you want other people to see it. But some of the stuff that people do is it's just too much, and it's unrealistic. And that's just my opinion. Now this is when she gets married to him. I'm gonna show you some more. I'm not gonna play all of it. So they're a nice looking couple.
This is the story of the vibrant Shaterica Smith, aged 38, a mother of two who was tragically shot dead during a domestic argument by her social media lovey-dovey husband, Tracy Johnson, age 42. Shaterica showed him off on social media plenty of times. They were seen as the couple everybody wants to become. Their marriage
That's just to me, that's just my opinion. Uh, that's just not. Hey, Daria, Larry, Derry. Hey, Derry. Hey, Channel Forbes. That's just too much. Now I got these from True Crime. I'm going to share this with you. It's called no, I'm sorry, Twisted Crimes. And I look at this, and I also look at American Crime as well. Crazy Dark Files. I look at all of these crazy, but these are real stories. Okay, let me keep it moving.
was the talk of the town when it happened. They did a lot of things together, traveled together, swam together, danced, and all sort of lovey-dovey things you could imagine.
About to go parasailing.
Yes, we are.
Unfortunately, Shaterika, who had shown the world that she had the best possible man, was also shot and killed by this best possible man.
We're on the way, Chastity.
On the way.
Pajama night.
Pajamas.
So they're going to a pajama party, and they're going to cam up to say they're going to, teach his own. But I'm like, this is just too much. That's just my opinion.
Was this all a facade for social media?
Yes.
Well, let's find out why and how this happened. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes.
Okay.
Subscribe.
Oh my God, next time you guys.
Coco.
Okay.
Shaterika Smith, aged 38, was from Alexandria, Louisiana. She went to Peabody Magnet High School. She was a mother of 2 adorable kids. Shaterika was a happy character. She was always enjoying her life at the slightest chance she got.
Oh, nice copyright. Let me just go. Copyright me. All this stuff, and that's it's good to take pictures with your significant other and all. It's but when you on social media every 5 seconds posting about what you guys are doing, don't y'all think that's an overkill? That's just my opinion. Okay.
I took my shot already.
Okay, so let's move on. They married. So she's showing her dress or their wedding. Beautiful dress.
It was the best day of her life, even though she loved to be out there. This means she had to tone it down, dress more matured, and cut off some things as a married woman. Sometimes things slowed down for her, but most times it didn't. She still liked to go out and party.
Let me fast.
They appeared to be like twin. They appeared to be like that couple goal every single person was seeking to find. They pressured those that were available to be pressured in every possible way.
I took my shot already.
People believed that Tracy was the man. They believed Shaterika was so lucky. He presented himself to be a great husband and a great dad. But deep down in the household, things were not actually great. Things were not exactly the way they portrayed it to be. Shaterika at this stage started to go out more. She partied more and went on more girls' trip.
Okay.
Things had become bad in the home, even though people who were not close to them still believed what they saw online and were still envious of their relationship because of the facade they showed. Well, on March 30th, 2025, around 4:30 a.m.
This is March the 30th, 2025. Today is April the 3rd, 2025. So this happened March 30th, not too long ago, right? Not too long ago. The happy couple, every 5 minutes they on camera, they on Instagram, whatever. You see the beautiful wedding dress, how they were just so in love. Anybody looking outside, looking in, would be envious of how much he adored her. Let's see what happened.
Couple got into a heated argument about some basic things that had been happening in their marriage. This would not end as it had been ending previously. This argument ended very ugly because Tracy, who believed in his head that he is losing his wife, decided to end her life. If he could not totally have her to himself, then no one will. Tracy then picked up a gun and shot Shaterika. She died instantly, and Tracy decided to permanently hurt himself too. Authorities responded to a domestic disturbance call in the 5900 block of Ron Mar Drive around 4:30 a.m. They discovered 2 people dead at the scene. Shaterika Smith, aged 38, had died from an apparent gunshot wound, while Tracy Johnson, 42, had died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot injury. The incident is still an ongoing incident according to police.
Once again, he unalives her, then he unalives himself. And I forgot to say fair use, guys. Fair use, copyright under section 107 Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. I forgot to say that. Because you know how these folks, they, hey Ryan, YouTube is kind of funny. But anyway, this is under fair use, and I'm just using this. And like I said, this is under twisted crimes. The other one was under twisted crimes as well. But you see how there's so many relationships, YouTube relationships. The young man, I think a year ago, he was a rapper. Or he was more, I think, a YouTube. He got his fame starting from YouTube. I forgot his name. He was a biracial young man, and he ended up dating this girl. He got it. I think the girl had got into his DMs, and they got to know each other. They ended up kind of hooking up. They started showing their relationship vlogs on YouTube. I forgot his name. And anyway, the girl ended up breaking up with him. He goes and unalives himself. And she gets on a platform talking about the relationship was toxic. It wasn't as happy as it seemed, that it seemed to be. And basically they was just having a facade, like they had it all together. They were so in love. And every relationship has its ups and downs. There's no relationship that is going to be perfect. There's no relationship that's actually going to be just always just smiling and loving and kissing all the time. Like, that's just unrealistic. But the people that do that the most, I notice they are the ones behind the scenes that really struggle the most with each other. Actually, sometimes they end up hating each other, but you won't ever know it because they're going to put on a good front, like they're good. Like, no, like they are the couple goals. Like, for years, how many people thought before we knew Will Smith or Jada Pinkett were freaks? How do y'all remember when people will talk about relationship goals? People talked about Jada Pinkett and Will Smith being the relationship goals. Everybody, thought that their relationship. I remember Ebony back in the day. I think it was like in the early 2000s when they were showing all the black couples. Some of them couples ain't even together now, and some of those couples have had so many scandals going on. But Will Smith and Jada Pinkett were one of those people in the Ebony magazine for being the relationship goals for black couples or whatever. And just to find out that God knows what he has going on. And I don't have a problem with Will Smith. I actually think he's a talented actor. Wasn't really into his rap. I like Summertime, and after that, I just wasn't into it. But and Jada, she was a good actress, but she's not an A-list actress like Will Smith is. But they have some type of weird stuff going on, and it did come out a couple of years ago, or I think it was last year, because the guy that was a manager of Will Smith talked about how weird their relationship was, and it just goes to show you, we don't know people, and we don't know what people have going on behind the scenes. So don't ever try to compare your life or your relationship with some of these people online, because you don't know if what you're seeing is the real thing. You don't know if what you're seeing is really true. These people can actually hate each other and be living in separate bedrooms, maybe not even be living under the same house. But when it's time to perform, they are there, lovey-dovey, showing you that they are in love, and nobody has a better relationship but them. Nobody's in a better relationship with them, and they're in heaven and all this crap. And you're wondering, oh, my life sucks. But then or my marriage sucks, or my relationship sucks, or I hate being single. And because you're looking and you're comparing your life to people that have a facade. It's all a fantasy. What is a facade? It's something that it just disappears. It's not it's like something that's like, it seems like it's there, but it just disappears because it's really not there. But it gives you the image as if it is there. It gives you the appearance that is there, but it's really not there. And that's how, hey Taywar, that's how a lot of people in these marriages, in these relationships, don't ever try to compare your relationship with theirs. Don't ever try to compare your singlehood with theirs, because you don't know what you're comparing it to. I done met some great couples that, they don't try to act like they're more than what they are. And they seem like, hey, we've been through some things, but we love each other. Now that's real. But they ain't going around every 5 minutes taking pictures and on Instagram showing kissing and stuff. Nobody really wants to see that, And I'm not hating, but it just does not make sense. It comes off like, oh God, this is such a show off. This is not even real. And this is what these people do, and people just really, they do too much. They really do too much. And I just get sick of it. It almost makes me want to throw up, because it's just like, y'all are not telling the truth. You're not telling the truth. So that's why I said, right, Coco. That's why I said that, whatever I got going on, like I said, you will definitely not know it until I got the ring and I'm walking down the aisle. Because first of all, I don't want to put any of my private business on here. I don't want people to be able to watch my journey with my person. I just think that some things are a little bit sacred. It's okay, men, if they like you, love you, they're going to be proud to have you on their arm. You could be eye candy. You could just be like, hey, I'm proud of being with this woman. And it's okay to show that every now and then. That's not what I'm saying. But when it becomes overwhelming or redundant, or it's like it's something that you trying to make it like you trying to show off, to me, that's when it's not real. And it's like, what you doing? What you need all this attention for? Because even with me being on social media, if I was really so into myself and hung up on myself, I'd be taking a picture every 5 minutes showing y'all I'm at the park. Let me take a picture. I'm in the restroom. Let me take a picture. I'm at the mall. Let me take a picture. It's like, what are we doing this for? everybody, to an extent, wants some type of attention. Let's just be real. But at the same time, when it becomes overwhelming and it becomes too much, you need to figure out why you need so much attention. And why do you need to let everybody know that you so happy in a relationship? People can sense it if they just talk to you or around you. Sometimes you don't even have to say nothing. People can tell if you happy with a person. Sometimes you don't even have to tell people you happy. They can, if real people that are observant, they can tell when a person is, when people putting on a facade with each other, if they really paid attention. Now some people don't pay attention, even family don't pay attention, but sometimes people can pay attention. They can see, okay, yeah, I see they really happy, or they seem different in a good way, not in a bad way, because some people can pick that up too. When you ain't in a good place with somebody, people can pick that up, that this ain't a good situation. But for the most part, people can kind of sense, that, hey, I'm good. Thank you, Russell. You said, Selena, will you marry me? I miss you. I don't know why you miss me, Russell. I mean, I don't, just because I'm not on here a lot like I used to. I'm always gonna come on, so I don't know why you would miss me, but thanks. But yeah, people can really sense that if you happy, like eventually people, if they paying attention long enough. But I really can kind of pick out people that's full of bullshit, excuse me, or full of manure, full of boo-boo, whatever you want to call it, because it's just too much of a put on, and when people put on, that there's something behind it. You don't have to do all of that. And I'm not hating, that's just me being real. And oh, Rare Money, you're so sweet. Rare Money got the little mad faces in there. I got love for Rare Money. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off of this, but Russell and Rare Money, they were my two YouTube men. So you guys always have a place in my heart. But and here somebody said, oh, she's a thought now. I'm like, okay, whatever. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't on here. But I definitely will tell you to make sure you guys are more observant with the people that you surround yourself with, that you get into intimate connections with, because there's some real monsters out here. Hey TJ, how are you? It's some real monsters out here. It's some people that pretend like they are good men and good women, and they will destroy your life. They will destroy your life so much they will take your life. And that's the two stories that I just showed you. One, I forgot the date for that, but I know it was recent. The one that I was telling you about, the 54-year-old woman and her husband that was 53. And now this one, she was 38. Now he was 42. This happened on March the 30th. This year. This is really still the beginning of the year. So this is going on, and this has been going on. And if you notice, it's been getting worse. It's been getting worse, y'all. So that's why I said you don't take everybody for face value. Don't do it. And if you have some type of behavior that could be violent, or you could be the person that is causing the abuse, you need to get help. You don't need to be in no relationship. You need to see why you're so abusive. You need to see why you're so obsessive and possessive over somebody, or why you think you're God over somebody's life to take their life because they don't want to be with you. I think people have issues with rejection in this day and time. And since so many people, thank you, Channel 4, so many people have issues with rejection, they think they can take your life. Who made you God? Over my life, to take my life. You said people that matter the most is who answers you. Okay, who answers you at 1 a.m. to hear your crazy ass and correct you so you don't look crazy in your life. Protect them. Yeah, people that will. I'm sorry because I didn't understand your wording, but I kind of understand now. But thank you so much, Channel Forbes. But you're right. People that you can call at any time of the night. People that really will tell you the truth about you and tell you you out of line. You need to get your stuff right. Those are the people you need to have around and protect them. Those are the people you need to be appreciative of, because everybody that wants to tell you how great you look and how great your relationship is, and they know good and down, oh excuse me, they know good and well that this man might be whooping your tail behind the scenes, and you hide it with the makeup, you hide it, pretending like everything is so peaches and cream when he's whooping your tail. And these people get into these relationships, and they like, oh, everything is so, and oh, you know that this man is crazy, and you sitting up there lying to that woman, or you lying to that man. Just be real with people. And that's one thing about where I am in my life today. I'm not finna sugarcoat with folks anymore. I used to do that and walk on eggshells with people. I said, the hell with that. I'm going to tell people exactly what I think. Now, I'm not going to always, be rude or say, try to be offensive to a person, but I definitely will let people know you are out of line. And you're going to get back in line if you keep messing with me, because you're not going to talk to me or deal with me any kind of way, And so I have to, let people know, but I really, not too many, I haven't had too many men that have, actually I haven't had any man that has put, tried, like I said, put their hands on me or talk down to me that I was dealing with. Now, some nigga on YouTube or something like this, some nigga out there, they get mad because you don't want to talk to them. Well, F you then, B, something like that. And I really haven't had that, really, because I try to be, because I know people crazy. And I really try when I don't want to fool with a guy, or somebody trying to talk to me, I don't want to fool with them. And I'm just real nice to them. And he's like, well, and then I just had to start, and I in the past I had lied and said, oh, I'm married, something like that. And then some of these men so crazy, and women too. They'll hear you, oh, well, I'm married or I'm dating somebody. Seriously, I could have been telling the truth at the time, or I could have been lying. But the fact of the matter is, you tell them that, well, you can still have friends. No, I wouldn't. And then I always change it back. Well, if I was with you, I wouldn't do that to you. So I don't want to do that to him. That's how I change it around, and then they find, man, I like that. I understand. Well, you're a beautiful woman. I appreciate it. And that's how I can kind of move around and let them go on, without them feeling like, they was just totally rejected. But that's kind of how I got out of a lot of stuff. But I didn't have, because I try to be respectful to people unless they disrespectful to me. But some of these women, they are very rude, and but it still don't give a man a right to be doing the most when you reject them either. But some of these folks got problems with rejection, men and women. And when they are rejected, they want to take your life. And this is not just men that do that. Women do it too. It was in Texas, 2 years ago. It was this black young lady. She was dating this nice looking brother. He was a nice looking guy. And he didn't want to be with her anymore. And this happened in Texas. I think it was Fort Worth, Texas, or Waco. It was somewhere like that. And after he told her, he wanted to move on, she went, and he had a younger daughter, not by her, but she went and unalived him. And it's just like, because he moved on, like, of course you're gonna hurt, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, does taking somebody's life, is that what we doing? Like, these people are nuts out here. So it's not just men. Let's just be clear. And it's not just black men. It's all types of men and women and cultures that do this. And you will see it more and more in this year and in the next. People just have issues with rejection, and they are so obsessive and possessive of people, you know. So we definitely have to be very watchful of the people that we invite in our life, and that we deal with, because everybody that says they love you don't really love you. um and I'm talking, and let me read some of these. You said, um it says Selena. I said Selena. See, now I know it's time for me to go to sleep. I'm seeing my name, and that's not what's on here. You said it seems like when YouTube couples stick to movie and music reactions, they'll be okay. It's the trips and the look at us right, the shows and applies pressure from what I've seen. Exactly, Orlando. And that's what I'm saying. All these people, I wish a man, don't do, I always say this, don't do this to me. I don't want to deal with someone that wants to have me on camera all the time when we do different events and stuff. That would annoy the hell out of me. Number one, I am an introvert. I'm a private person. I don't like my everything of my life with you exposed and on social media. Like, I don't like that. Every now and then, hey, take a, we can do a video on us being together, going somewhere, but don't do it all the time, because I'm gonna start trying to figure out what type of attention do you want. Why do you need this attention? Who you trying to show this to? Right, Vaughn. I was like, I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I had a long day. But anyway, I just want to share this with you about these not YouTube relationships, but there's no future in fronting. Be yourself. Make sure you have a partner genuine as you, not disingenuous, but genuine as you, and hopefully you're genuine. And just be real. If things ain't right, they just ain't right. If things are not, good, they're just not good. Or if things are good, they're good. But be careful of the things you put out on the internet, because it will come back to haunt you. And people are going to really look at, your life is under a microscope when you're on social media. It really is. And people see you and they'll be like, I thought they were so perfect together. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, CP3. She got on my nerves. I'm like, girl, if you don't sit down somewhere, Aisha Carey, when she first came out, she had a issue with, I don't know, being a wife, a mother. I don't know what the hell her problem was. I'm like, you are dating a multi-million-dollar athlete, right? This man is not, and we don't know this, but from what he showed us, he's not a typical athlete that just is going out there having, side chicks everywhere. He seems like he's about his family. Now, again, this is what we see on the surface. Okay. So I don't know what's going on in that household. You don't know either. But, she was complaining at one point. I forgot the she had an issue at one point. That her husband, yeah, that's what it was getting more attention than she was getting. And I thought that was so stupid. He is an athlete. He is I don't know, he was what you call it, MVP. He was, didn't they go to the I'm about to say I'm about to get out here. He went to the championship. Didn't they go to the championship and they won a couple of times or something like that? But anyway, I don't be checking for them. But anyway, they were very. She wasn't about that. But then when seen them, they did look like they was happy. They had the children there. She was getting pregnant every year, and they had a beautiful. She was unhappy because she felt like she was in the background. I'm like, girl, you better sit down and enjoy your life and quit all the foolishness. You married a famous athlete. What do you expect? Unless you were actually out there doing something before he was doing it, or you had your own thing going on. She was just at the time, I think, a housewife. I don't think she had any other businesses or anything like that, but I'm not for sure. But I'm like, what's the problem? You should be happy. Outside looking in, most people will want her life because they're from what they see on the surface. And I'm like, what's your problem? I'm like, see, it's always people that have a lot that's not happy with nothing. You said 4-time champ. No. Okay. Hey, D Price, how are you? Yeah, I knew it was something like that, but I was so sleepy. I'm talking about he went to the Super Bowl. But anyway, um, sometimes I make myself laugh, even nobody else. Yeah, I'm like, oh, she made successful pots and pan brand. And okay, but it still wasn't enough for a CP3. But baby, it would have been enough for me because I definitely would be happy. Wouldn't have to work, and just kind of do my thing, doing my little business and taking care of my little children and going about my business. I don't know what's wrong with these folks. They can't be happy with nothing. It's some women, for the life of them, they can't be happy with nothing. They man try to bend over backwards for them and they still not happy. Well, I don't want to be married. I want to hang out with my girls. Okay, you want to trade places? You want to sit up here and be with women all the time and going out with women all the time when you got a man at the house that loves you? You are stupid. And I'm sorry. It's too many women that are stupid. And some men are stupid. They have a great woman at home and they want to go out there and always get the thoughts. Get the woman that you don't know what you bringing home. And some of these women, you better that look better than men. I mean, that look better than other women. You better be careful. You might be dealing with someone that got a sex change. So you sitting up here thinking you doing something with a bad bee, with a dime, and you bringing home really a man that changed his his sex organs. So it's happening out here, y'all. And you sitting up here got a good wife and sitting up there with your lousy self, you know. So I'm just like, these men and women, people can't just be happy. And if you didn't want to marry the person, you should never marry the darn person. Hell, you should have just left the person where it is. But you went ahead because you didn't think nobody else would want you. So you married the person. Now you're unhappy. Now you looking at everything walking. Just selfish. So if I was you, be happy. You made the choice. You chose the person. Try to work things out because ain't nothing's perfect. Ain't nothing out here. It's not a lot out here that is worth your time. I'm just gonna say that. But when you do find a person that you can share life with, you don't have to be fake with. You don't have to be a different person. Deal with that person, appreciate that person, and show the person that, hey, you are the one for me. I only have eyes for you. Some folks is hard because some people that you in a rough patch in your relationship, the very sight of them irritates you. But once you get over that, hopefully you'll get over that and you'll be able to reconnect with that person again. Right. So just be careful, people. Hey, Hassan, don't take people for face value, and just be real about you and your relationships with your significant other and even others in platonic relationships. Stop being fake. Stop having the fake relationships. Stop putting on a facade to appease people that don't care anything about you. They don't care if you live or die. Um, just quit with the facades. Quit. Hey, Taryn, quit with the fakery. Um, because there's no future in fronting. And most of the time, the only future you have in fronting is being exposed for your fronting. But that's about it. So let's be real in 2025. Let's show people that we can be authentic. Let's have authentic relationships. And let's just get rid of the BS. You know what I'm saying? Were you ever nicknamed Coffee? What? No, I ain't never been nicknamed Coffee. My nickname is, I don't know if I should say this. My nickname from my family is Lena Bell. Okay. I'm only saying this because, that's just what I want to say. I don't say too much about my personal life, but what I want to tell you guys. But one of my nicknames is Lena Bell. So when I don't know why you well, no, my nickname wouldn't be Coffee, but it's a very strange name. I would say a country name. It's cute. It's cute, but Lena Bell. Lena. That's my other nickname. Lena. Yep. So Orlando, that was kind of a strange question. But yeah, let's be authentic with each other. Let's be authentic in our relationships. And if something ain't right, it just ain't right. Don't act like it ain't. Or don't act like it is when it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's improper English, but it is what it is. Just too much fakery with it. And I'm not going to do that this year or no other year. I didn't do it a lot before at all either, because I'm like, if I don't want to fool with you, I ain't gonna fool with you. And if I feel that you're a bomb, you're a bomb. If I feel, and even some of the nice guys full of shit. Excuse me, but they are. Some of the nice guys, to me, they come off to me like they either scary or they just full of manure. Hey, Easy. Hey, Clean. What's up? I thought it was Bitty Bitty Bumba. No, it was Lena Bell, Lena. Oh no, not Bitty Bitty Bumba. But yeah, you just gotta be careful with these folks out here. Like I said, I don't want nobody putting me all out there on my social media. And don't put me on the camera every 5 minutes, because that's gonna irritate me and make me want to just X you out. But yeah, no, that Selena song. Oh yeah. But yeah, I just don't like that. And I hope and pray. I've had some people that tried to kind of put me out there, I'm like on social media and stuff. I'm like, I don't want it, so don't do it. Joe, like I said, I don't want that. I want something. If I'm gonna do something or if I'm gonna have something, I want it to be real. I don't want it to be where, hey y'all, we're so in love. Oh, give me a kiss. Oh, and then when we get off camera, I can't stand you, mother. Blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. Like, this just crazy to me. It's crazy. What you say? Why? Because I don't want people in my business. I want people to see what I got going on. That's just me. That's enough of that on here anyway. That's why I said if you looked at these stories, uh a lot of these people in these on here that they was happy, act like they was happy too, till they found out behind the scenes. Then behind the scenes, one of them unalived the other one, and then unalived themselves, and you thought they was just perfect couple. Drop the link, Lena. We got Bama in the building. Who is Bama? Lena Bell is so cute. Now, that don't mean you can call me Lena Bell. I'm just saying. My family, they be giving me all types of names. I had one cousin. Oh my God. He used to call me Salami. I was like, that is so weird. I used to hate that name. Every time I would see that cousin, he'd call me Salami. So annoying. Then I graduated to Lena Bell. Then I graduated to Lena. I ain't gonna tell you the other nicknames. So, but yeah, Lena Bell sounds like Resident Evil character. Oh, I can be. It just depends. Oh, it is a movie called Annabelle with the little demon doll. I could be Lena Bell. So you guys be blessed. I'm finna go in here and me and your boy, Rare Money from Bama, we out here. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for the super chats and everything. And for that idiot that came in earlier, and I know you're probably in the bushes under a troll name because I've blocked you under the original name. Just because you can't get any type of super chats or anything, don't get mad at me, honey. Just instead of hating on people that you don't know, try to emulate. Well, you most of them, they do that pretty good. They try to emulate other people, but they don't like them, but they try to do what they do. And why people sitting up here talking about my makeup? I see a lot of women. I have seen some women on here that look like straight up drag queens. You can't talk about my makeup, okay, when you look like a drag queen. I'm sorry. We're gonna stop this lying to people, or I know I am. Some of y'all, I don't know, some of y'all be lying to some of these people. But I remember when I had people trying to critique me, and then you got a woman on here talking about she don't know if I'm a man or a woman. We don't know if you a man or a woman. You look like a drag queen, mixed up with I don't know, a pit bull. I'm like, how you gonna sit up there? How a pit bull gonna have lipstick on and eyelashes on and all of that? Stop damn lying to people that they look good. And see, this is how you know people some real haters. When you do what you do on your page, then they try to do the same thing you doing, but you can't do it like me. Then you come up here with a troll name, and I don't have to show my pussy print to let you know if I'm a woman. Really, to be honest with you, it ain't none of your damn business. But if you really want to know, which you won't know because like I said, I don't have to prove anything to people on here. But I tell you one thing, my family will be very insulted. My mom and dad will be very insulted for drag queens and King, what's that big Cooper, the Mario Brothers, that funny looking monster. You up here looking like that? You got the nerve to come ask me if I'm a man or woman or a pronoun. See, like I said, I was about to go somewhere else with it, but hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's not browser. Okay, browse something like that. Both, whatever it is, the nerve. Right, Coco. Like, what the King Cooper? Yeah, looking like that. Because I used to play Mario Brothers, and I've seen that funny looking dinosaur, the audacity, looking like King Cobra with that lipstick and all that foundation. I don't put all that foundation like some of these folks like to thought, said that I did. I don't have to do all that because I have nice skin. But some of these folks, they got bad skin and they put all that makeup on their face, hiding all that bad skin and them wrinkles. I know what I know what they be doing because I can look at their skin and tell their skin is bad. But go there with me if you want. Like I said, you're gonna get exactly what you've been looking for. Keep messing with me. Facts. Right. And some people have seen me in real life. People can look at you and tell. And a lot of times the cameras on here, I don't know if it's people, even my lighting and camera is not a good one. So sometimes it looks a certain way, but then if a person sees you like physically, they can see that it's not like whatever the camera got going on. But it's a lot of folks got nerve to talk about somebody and looking the way they do. Hey, Real Chase, what's good? But I had to say that because I'm like, coming here with that damn account. I know who you are. You ain't fooling nobody. And even if you ain't that particular person, you somebody that's just like that. You some miserable whores on here. And you need to really get y'all asses off of YouTube. You really do. And want to talk about how you get so much dick. But if you got so much, why are you not happy? Hey Tim, because if I was getting so much dick, excuse me, but if I was getting so much and if I was getting my black back blown out every night, I would be the happiest person in the world, right? I would not have a frown on my face. I would not be worried about what people had going on, what people are doing, what people are saying. I would just be living my life floating in the air, right? So, I don't know if these people are really getting everything that they say they getting because their actions are definitely not showing how happy they really are. They're actually very miserable. And they just like these couples on here that's doing this, they're actually putting on a facade like they are that B. You're not that nothing. You nothing but capping your ass off. Capping that ass off. That's all you are. Just a big old cap. That's all you are. And that's what most of these folks that pretend like they bigger than life. You ain't bigger than shit. So that's why when you come on here, you try to put other people down and make people feel like you got it all together when we know your life is trash. Your life is trash. And that's why you come on here trying to destroy other people and talk against other people. But I can't wait till the day when your whole life will crumble down and it will be exposed publicly. That's what I can't wait to see. And I'm not going to be smiling and laughing because I don't like laughing at people's misfortunes. But I definitely will be satisfied and I'll be vindicated. some straight up worthless people on here. And that's in real life. These people are worthless, some of them. They're not worth the salt on their back. And these are the same people. Oh, they're fake. They're messy. The messiest motherfuckers on here. They're messy and they call everybody else messy while they're behind the scenes doing diabolical bullshit, trying to get other people entrapped in their lies because they don't like somebody or they're secrets. They're really secretly envious or jealous of you, what you got going on, what you doing, why people like you, why they don't like me. I should get the attention. They shouldn't get the attention. Just weird as hell. Go and get on Broadway and perform. Go to the circus, get on the elephant's back. Some of you are bigger than the elephant. So go ahead and walk around like you're on the circus. Walk around in your clown suit, because some of you are wearing makeup thick as a clown. Go ahead. You're doing a great job. And continue to keep being who you are so that when you are exposed, everybody's going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. Y'all, like I said, I don't like these fake people that pretend like, and really, and I'm just say this, if you don't like me and I be coming in your chat, just tell me you don't like me, or just show me blatantly you don't like me. Because I see thank you, Russ, see some people that you support and they kind of act like they don't really know about you. Like, I know none of us know each other on here, but some people, they really kind of have a standoffish thing towards you, and you've been nothing but polite and cordial and supportive. But you'll have some people, and some people are like this. When you get attention more than the content creator, say for instance, if I go into a chat and I get attention more than the content creator, some people will get mad at that. Let somebody else come in here and people are giving them attention. I don't care, because I already know this is my platform. I'm pretty secure within myself to be like, okay, hell, we all can get attention. What's up? It ain't no big deal. But if you got some people that's really, they really get hurt or they really feel away, and then they start observing you and trying to be suspicious of you. I don't want nothing from you. You can't give me nothing but money. And I might not take that, especially, from some of y'all. Not y'all, but I'm just saying from some of these folks, because they got some type of I would say conditions when you take their money. And I don't sell my soul just to get views and likes. I don't give a damn about what y'all got going on and who y'all like and who y'all don't like. Most of y'all don't like each other no way, but y'all try to act like y'all cool. Just some straight up weirdos. But I'm gonna say that I had to say that briefly and get that on out, because I just want to let you guys know that let's start with the fakery. If you feeling somebody or you not feeling somebody, just be upfront. You know what I'm saying? What I hate about some folks, they just pretend to be for you and they're really not. That's what pisses me off the most. So, and that's a good way for you to get blocked for life from me, because I'm not gonna fool with you. I'm not gonna fool with you. So shout out to the real people. Shout out to the real people in my life, and even some of the people that I think are fake or they're not all the way really supportive of me and my platform, or just not supportive of me. I might not block you, but I definitely will hold a long handle spoon. And I think that's the best way to be with people, some people in this day and time, because some of these folks out here, they just not what that is. You said, look, Selena, you can come to the fish fry one any Friday. What are you talking about, Tara? Mm-hmm. Selena, drop the link. I'm gonna flag you for neglect. Russell, I'm gonna go to bed. I promise you, I'm gonna go to bed. But because you'll have me talking up here all night, and I ain't gonna fool with you tonight, Russell. I'm gonna drop the link tomorrow. I'm gonna go live when I'm leaving work, God willing. And you can come up. I'll have the link open tomorrow. I'm gonna do a Selena's couch while I'm driving. I got some class projects that I gotta do, so I'm meeting some classmates. So I'm going to be doing a Selena's couch. So I'll let people come up then. But you say y'all looking at Selena's Fine, thick ass. Look at my old. What? Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like, get their ass on somewhere. And that's why I constantly have to stay prayed up. I have to constantly stay in my word. Because like I was telling you guys about the Psalms 23rd Psalms and the Psalm 91. Those type of things keep me grounded. Because if I didn't have that, I would go so far to the gutter, there would be no coming back. There would be no coming back. And do you know some people are just such a hateful, jealous, envious person? They will hate you for even trying to be level-headed. Have you ever met some weird ass people that will be jealous and envious and hateful towards you because you try to be level-headed, right? And that is really strange to me. It's very strange. And that just goes to show you the type of mentality of people that you're dealing with. Right, Coco. But you know I can get down with it, right? You already know. Discernment, one of the best qualities. Yeah. Yeah, I like the Proverbs. I like Proverbs too as well. But anyway, I'm finna go, y'all. Good night. Um, like I said, if anything, read Psalms 91 because it definitely will. It's a prayer of protection, and it definitely always brings me back to reality. It always brings me back to what's most important, and it always brings me back to I am protected by the Most High, regardless of what people have tried to do to me, say about me, have said some horrible lies about me. It always brings me back to God is my vindicator. He is my protector. Hey, O Speaks, how are you? That's what it always brings me back to, and I have to go back there because if not, I can just go there. It's a lot more things I wanted to say, but I'm just not going to do it. But that is some things I probably shouldn't have said because, like I said, I've been working on myself, but I'm just talking about how silly people are and how silly and old and silly and young or silly and middle aged people are. And I just see too much. But yeah, if you gonna troll in my chat, make sure you come in. If I hadn't already blocked you under your real account, make sure you come in your real account so I know who you are. Don't try to come in under another troll account and try to troll my page and worry about my cash app. That's what content creators that's monetized do, you dummy. They get cash apps and super chats. This is a business, you dummy. Even though I'm here to encourage people, to inform people, I also need some money too. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten monetized, dummy. Now, just because you can't get $100 check or more, don't get mad at me. You get monetized, and then what? So what you on? What's your primary message for being online besides whatever you talking about? It's also to get money. So shut your ass up. I get sick of these dumbass people that come in here with these troll accounts that want to act, and it's always somebody that be watching you, and this is what they do. They subscribe to you, and then so they can know when you go live, then they unsubscribe after you go live, then they subscribe again because they trying to see when you go live, then they unsubscribe. I'm like, why do you need to keep tabs on me? I don't like you. I don't keep tabs on people I don't like. They are sick, Coco. And so it's just like that's just weird to me. But you got that's why I wouldn't have my relationship on what I got going on and for people to see because of people like that. These people are sick in the head. They're obsessive and possessive about people that they don't know. They're trying to dox you. They're trying to look into your information. They're trying to see who you're with. They're trying to pretend like there's somebody you know, and they go to Instagram or Facebook and they try to ask for a friend request. I'm like, why is this person that's already my friend trying to be my friend again? So then I called the person and be like, hey, such and such, did you try to send me another friend request and we're already friends? Oh no, that wasn't me. That's why I'm like, y'all can't fool me. It's people on YouTube, I know for sure, have sent me YouTube friendship requests on Facebook. I'm sorry, friendship requests on Facebook and Instagram. And they will use a person that I know to try to, I guess, see my page because my page is private. And if I don't know who you are, I'm sorry. I'm not going to accept your friend request. If people that want to try to get in contact with me, not contact me, but get on, be on Instagram, you're going to have to tell me who you are. Because if I don't know who you are, I'm not going to accept your request. Because you have too many people trying to dox you and dox your family. People try to do on Facebook. They try to use a family member or somebody they think that they know maybe you friends with or something, and then they'll try to connect with you that way. And I'm like, you are some sick weirdos. Just creepy, right, Coco? Creepy vibes. And that's what these weird, and it could be men, but I think it's women. I think it's certain women that do that kind of stuff. Men do it too, because they're weird. You got some real creepy men too, because they maybe you've blocked them and they'll try to call in another way too. So you just never know. Men and women out here all weird. So they will definitely go up under a Facebook, somebody that's friends with you. They don't know who the person is. They're just assuming because that they're friends with you. So let me get this person's profile and then, try to get in contact with. Because it was one person that went up under one of my uncles and sending me a message saying, hey, how are you doing? I'm like, this idiot. This is not my uncle. My family has my number. They can call me. So this uncle would never do this. So I'm like, so I just blocked. You're not dealing with a dummy on here. Stop trying to get in contact with me and find out who my family and people I'm connected to. You weird ass idiots. You some weirdos. Yeah, it's females mostly. Mostly men, they'll come in pretty much under their name and their picture. And some of them, if you hadn't blocked them, but most of the time it be women doing it, trying to find out your business. And you're not. Keep trying though. Keep trying. So, but I'm already up on the game on a lot of stuff when it comes to how these creepazoids do the things that they do to get your information, to see what you got going on, who you're related to, who's your family, how you looked when you were 17, how you look when you were 20. You won't even know, because I'm not going to put my business out there. My stuff is private for a reason. I don't trust everybody. I'm skeptical of people, some people that I've have asked friend requests on my YouTube, from YouTube, and I have to ask them, was this you? They don't tell me it's them. I don't accept it. I don't, because like I said, and then I'm like, I really don't like I rather for people that I know on social media, on Instagram, not on my YouTube, because YouTube to me is more like it's for family and really, good friends or people you've been knowing for a long time. But no, I don't want to. I'm telling you, these people are some creeps. And I told you about not doing a lot behind the scenes with certain people. I have my reasons on the people I do and the people that I don't. And other than that, I ain't gonna be doing a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? These, like I said, people are just really strange. And everybody that you start out with, you definitely will not end up being cool with. And some people you will, it just depends. But anyway, I had to say that just in case if um that person or though a couple of people monitoring my page, I see what you're doing. And you will not be successful. Everything that you will try to do to me, it will come back on you tenfold. So be careful of the things and the word curses you put on my life or anybody else's life for that matter, because it's going to come back to you. What you put out in the universe to harm people, to hurt people, it's definitely going to come back to you. So just be looking for it. You guys be blessed. Have a wonderful, right, Coco. Have a wonderful night. Say your prayers, and I'm gonna have to say my prayers today because we got a whole bunch of evil. We have a whole bunch of entities around us, and some of them are not good. Be careful who you love. Careful who you love. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Channel Forbes. You guys be blessed. And I'll be live again. And God willing, maybe tomorrow. Thank you, Coco, for coming through. Miss Coco, we had a great time Saturday. Shout out to Mr. Jones. Tell him hello. And yeah, y'all be good. And I'll see y'all a little later. Bye. Oh, gosh, let me end this. I'm trying to end it before I say the wrong thing again. Bye.
Salina.
It's a bad baby. Oak Cliff girl. Can't make you change my world. Damn, you're so fine, girl. Oak Cliff girl. Put them heels on and prove.
Welcome to Selena's Couch, where you are welcome to be free to be yourself. So you can lay your head on my couch, on my pillows.
It's all good, we can do whatever we want to do now. I'm in my bag right now, and I got a feeling, babe, yeah. You gon' be my number one lover. Spend the night making love to each other. With the lights on top of the covers. Just me and you, babe. And I feel like you're my
love you to Reese's Pieces.
Get you a word. Nana boo boo.